Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to the road trip, the final road trip, the final frontier, the last hurrah for Ruud van Nistelrooy. The final farewell. It's Ruud's last game as interim manager before we welcome Ruben in one day. Yeah, Ruben Amorim starts his job tomorrow at Man United. It's a crazy time, but today's all about Ruud. Today is all about Ruud. We're not going to talk about Ruben Amorim. We're not going to talk about the future. It's about today. It's about the game against Leicester, and it's about Ruud giving us the 3 points before he signs off in what I'm going to say is style. Well, I say style. I'm going to use that term loosely because, listen, boy, I'm not really play with too much style. You see me? Boy, when you really say Ahmad, I play with style. No, but I go on with no style, apart from Ahmad, yeah? And that leads me to the first thing, Ruud, yeah? Because we'll get to the emotional bit and stuff at the end, and you get an amazing reception, win, lose or draw, to be honest. But let's just start with the Ahmad thing. We have to just go there. I don't even want to talk about this too long, but I feel like I might have to, just out of making sure the energy's right to make sure this boy starts. Like, Ruud, like, there just can be no discussion. Do you know what I mean? Which is weird because I'm about to talk about it. But, like, in theory, yeah, there should be absolutely no discussion as to whether Ahmad's starting this game or not. He must be starting tonight, today, this afternoon, right? And let's be honest, in terms of who you drop out of Rashford and Garnacho, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Like, you know, it depends on, you know, take your pick. They've both been just as bad as each other in recent form in terms of not producing. So in terms of a new player playing in one of their positions, neither of them could have any complaints. And even if they did have complaints, because like it was harsh because one of them was playing quite well. With what Ahmad did on Tuesday night alone, you know, our first win in a year, massive pressure on that lot. You know, we haven't won in Europe for so long, and you know he's given Ruud a win in his period, so Ruud should be thanking him, and the squad should be thanking him because, you know, for large parts on Thursday night, we were a bang average team. Do you know what I mean? We were a poor side. Yes, the defenders did their thing, but what I'm saying is it was boring. And in terms of the creation and the stuff that was going on at the top of the pitch in the front 3/front 4, it was really, really bad. And Ahmad just decided on his own that he's not part of that, and I'm going to rescue this game or take this game over the line for us. I'm going to do it by myself, especially with that second goal. So he should be starting. There's no two ways about it. Like that's it. I don't even feel like I need to say any more on that. We all know why. And on the left-hand side, like I say, it is a take your pick vibe, isn't it? I think Garnacho could probably do with the rest maybe a little bit more. I mean, Rashi's in this little period where he's neither, you know, over miserable or upset or annoyed at coming off or not starting. It doesn't appear that way anyway in his body language. There's a couple of little moments in games, and we're talking they've become quite thin, quite scarce in the last few games. You know, against Chelsea, had that half moment where he took the ball around Gusto. He had the chance at the end of the first half where he hit the crossbar. Obviously on the bench against Pauk, didn't reach it. Came on, he should have scored actually. Who else have we played? I've forgotten. Leicester the first time, the 5-2. I think he played in that one as well. Did he score? I can't even remember. But he hasn't been perfect. His work rate is good off the ball. You know, he's working hard, but it hasn't really clicked into it for him, like, going forward. I think he's got 1 goal this year in the Prem. And Garnacho, you know, a better goal return and a better assist return, I believe, than Rashford this year. But in the last couple of games, Chelsea and Pauk in particular, I just think he's in a little bit of a period as well. So listen, whichever one of those goes on the left-hand side, it doesn't really matter. Back 4, I mean, look, it's injury dependent, isn't it? I mean, I saw Luke Shaw's on his way back now in training. Yoro back now in training. I think after the international break, I think Molasse is going to be doing team training. So we got to be steady with those guys. But with what we've got available, which is the likes of Johnny Evans, Lindelof, Maguire's still out, Martinez, De Ligt, Mazraoui, Dalot, I think he just goes strong again. You know, we need to win this game. There's no resting players just for luxury. The only time we should be resting a few players is because they can't do it. So I'm expecting the full strength back four. I'm expecting Maswari and Dalot at fullback. Dalot's struggling a bit right now. His level just hasn't been there. He's looked a little bit off it. He honestly, it was the same on Thursday night. Like his touch is a bit baggy, he's a bit loose, his passes are a bit undercooked, his anticipation, his awareness isn't quite there, his reading of the game. Just that overall sharpness from Dalot hasn't been there. It really hasn't, compared to where we know he was last year. But I'm expecting a full strength back four, of course. Onana in goal, of course. And midfield, I mean, look, this is a game against Leicester that will be harder than when we played them the other day, when they played like their B team / C team. We can't take them for granted. It ain't going to be another 5-2, and it's not going to be goals galore like it was the other day. But I think in midfield, no matter who we play, we should be all right. There's some good combinations. I think Ugate's starting to get a little bit of form. He's starting to get a little bit of continuity. I'd keep him in there. Casemiro's playing fine, you know, in this system. 4-4-2 off the boards, a lot of protection for him. So I don't mind rolling out the same again, you know. But if Eriksen needs to come in for one of Casemiro or Ugarte, I don't think it'll be Ugarte. I think Van Nistelrooy quite likes Ugarte. And he's starting to give us a little bit of balance. He's not perfect. He's still a little bit off it with his passing, but good few interceptions. He's starting to screen a lot more, win a ball back for us a bit more. He's growing into it. So I would keep him going. And Casemiro, to be fair, he's been a goal threat recently. He's been getting assists. He's been doing well, man. So I probably would keep the midfield the same. But if Eriksen needs to come in, no problem. And Mount is back as well. He played 10 minutes on Thursday night. So I don't mind that in midfield. Bruno, one thing I will say, Bruno needs to improve these corners, man. Well, we've been saying that for a hot minute. Like it hasn't been good enough. And to beat Leicester today, we're gonna have to be better than we were against Pau. You can't just ask Ahmad to just do what he did, replicate that like on the Europa League night when he just decided to do it. It's the Premier League, man. Leicester are fighting for their lives. They're a better team than Pau. You know, they're going to come back with their proper team. You know, you're going to have the likes of, you know, Mavadidi's going to be in there, probably Atawara. You're going to have Jamie Vardy back up front or what's his name? Ayew, you know. Ndidi's going to be back in there. Winks is going to be back in there. Wout Faz probably. James Justin, I think he might have played against us in the first game, actually. Pereira, I don't know if he's fit or what's going on with him. But my point is that their players are back, you know. Their players are back, and that's not. I'm not saying we should be scared. Oh my God! But I'm just saying, like, we can't take it for how we played against them last time. This is going to be a difficult game, and we still need to remember where we are. There's going to be points in the game where I don't think we're very good. I don't think the atmosphere is going to change dramatically at the beginning for Rude with the reception, yes, but as soon as it's kick off, like we say, it's over to the players. And Old Trafford's been so boring for so many years because the football hasn't been good. The atmosphere has not radiated all around the stadium. This, you know, the singing section of Red Army do their best away in the Stretford end behind the tunnel, and that sort of gets things going. But overall, the crowd it shouldn't be like this. I know it should be like loud all the time, but it's just our reality. Like the crowd is pretty flat because the football's been flat. I think if there was a routine of front foot football, attacking football, goals and chances and stuff like that, Old Trafford would be at a default level a lot louder. But I don't think that's going to change today. My prediction, I'm gonna go with a 2-0. I'm gonna go with 2-0. I don't think it will be great. I think there will be some moments again where we have the realization of, oh my God, Ruben Amorim starting tomorrow, thank God. And it could be upwards from there. But I'm going to remain positive and just, it's all about getting the wins, man. And it'd be nice for Ruud to remain unbeaten in the period that he's had as interim, have a good record and pass us over to the new manager tomorrow in good shape, man. You know, there's a few games going on. A lot of people are dropping points, you know. So we have to look at that and say, at some point, we've got to start putting some runs together. And this batch of fixtures here, which was, you know, all right, Chelsea, not so much. But, you know, this game, 3 points out of the break, Ipswich away. Tough, but looking for 3 points there. Everton home, looking for 3 points there. All of a sudden, it can be a bit of a run before we turn up at the Emirates, which will be a very, very difficult game. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Remember, I will be on Omeli on the way back down, 7 p.m. Join in, have your say. The link is in the video description below. And I'll see you guys then. Join Owen and KG on the match view. Hopefully, KG makes it because I ain't going to lie.
he was in trouble last night. It was a long night for him at his 40th party. So I hopefully can guarantee that he's going to be there for you, but I don't know. You know what KD's like. But anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.